Hello and welcome, dear children. Today we shall start with Standard 8th History, Chapter number 14, Formation of State of Maharashtra. First of all, let us understand about Maharashtra. Maharashtra is a state in the western region of India. It is India's second most populous state and third largest state by area, and includes the major cities of Mumbai, Pune, Nagpur, Aurangabad and Nasik. The region that comprises this state has a long history dated back to the 4th century BCE. The present day state of Maharashtra was not established until 1960 CE. Just have a look at the map of India, which is of the year 1956. That is the old map of India. If you observe carefully, you will find Mumbai, Madhya Bharat, Madhya Pradesh, Hyderabad, Andhra Pradesh. But you will not find a separate state of Maharashtra. Now observe the latest map of India, which was formed after 1st of May 1960. There is a clear mention of a separate Maharashtra state. And next to Maharashtra, we find Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Telangana and Karnataka. I know, children, by looking at these two different maps, you all must be puzzled. And just to remove your confusion, let us see the reason behind the formation of state of Maharashtra. We all know, children, that India was ruled by Britishers. So immediately after independence, India was classified on the basis of following district categories. Now which are those? That is Part A, Part B, Part C and Part D. Now what comes under Part A? Part A consisted of places ruled by British. For example, Assam, Bihar, Bombay. These were the places which were under control of British before independence. So this was considered or included in Part A. Whereas in Part B, it consisted of places that were ruled by princely states. For example, Hyderabad, Jammu and Kashmir. They were the princely states which were not coming under the British rule. Prince or kings were ruling over there. So that came in Part B. In Part C, we find the area which was ruled by kings along with chief commissioner. The areas were Bhopal, Himachal Pradesh and some more in the list. Then we see Part D. Part D consisted of union territories ruled by the governor, which were appointed by the India's president. For example, Andaman and Nicobar Islands as an example. Initially, the borders of these states inherited from British to India were not suitable for easy administration. No, because of this bifurcation, Part A, Part B, Part C, Part D, actually it was not suitable for our smooth and easy administration. The initial provincial borders of British India were a result of historical events as well as political, military and strategic planning by the British. Now people started believing that this division brought negativity in the minds of people. It was against the principles of equal rights that were guaranteed to all citizens by the Constitution. Finally, the government agreed the proposal of reorganizing the state. But on what basis? So they decided to reorganize the state on the basis of languages of India. They thought that this would make administration easier and would help replace the caste, the religion based identities with less controversies among the people. The demand for states to be organized on a linguistic basis was developed even before India achieved independence from the British rule. That was in the beginning of 20th century, where many scholars came together and they shared and they expressed their thoughts, and because of that, because of their thinking, sharing of their thoughts, many people, Marathi speaking people, were enlightened. They basically wanted all the Marathi speaking people to be strongly united. For example, N.C. Kelkar, he made efforts by his writings to bring Marathi speaking people under one roof. The scholar even tried to convince Lokmanya Tilak for the same. But since Lokmanya Tilak had focused his aim on very important issues like gaining freedom for India, hence he did not focus on formation of a state of Maharashtra. On 12th May 1946, a Sahitya Sammelan was held at Belgaum. After the exchange of ideas and discussions, resolution regarding Sanyukta Maharashtra Parishad was passed, which was also known as a Samiti. Now this Samiti demanded the creation of new state of Marathi speaking people along with the city of Bombay as its capital. The Samiti continued to advocate for the inclusion of Marathi speaking areas like northern Karnataka, Belgaum, Karwar, Dharwad and Bidar into Maharashtra. They also wanted the newly annexed state of Goa also to be the part of it. But since Goa was under the rule of Portuguese and it got freedom quite late. Before that Maharashtra state had already formed. So because of that Goa couldn't be the part of Maharashtra. Okay. Now Gomantak is the old name for Goa. Later, for the formation of linguistic provinces, Dar Commission was established under the chairmanship of Justice S.K. Dar. It was established by Dr. Rajendra Prasad, the President of Constituent Assembly. Now children, what is a commission? Why do they have commission? Okay, commission is a group of people, where they are told to solve some issues, to discuss and solve some issues. So, the issue that time was having a separate state based on languages. So, this work was given to Justice S.K. Dar. Soon after that, a report was published by the Dar Commission, and for that a separate committee was set up. Its name is JVP Committee. Now, JVP Committee was recommended to study the Dar Commission. The committee comprised of Jawaharlal Nehru, Vallabhbhai Patel, in addition to the Congress President Pattabhi Sitaramayya. The JVP name has come from the initials of these three leaders. If you see carefully, Jawaharlal Nehru's J, Vallabhbhai Patel's P and Pattabhi Sitaramayya's P. So only this committee is known as JVP Committee. This committee was formed on 29 December 1948 and the committee gave its report on 1st April 1949 and said that the time was not suitable for the formation of new provinces, because at that time the Congress was thinking that when Britishers left India, when we got freedom, India was split into two, that is Pakistan and India. Now once India is free, people are demanding for separate states. like Maharashtra state, Karnataka state, Andhra state, Gujarat state, if people go on demanding like this, then India will never be united. India will be always fighting for separate state. Maybe who knows that they will ask for a separate country. So they said this is not the right time. But when this decision was revealed to the public, people got more angry on the Congress, because they had kept the decision on hold. They had kept, did not obey the people. It was not in the favor of people. So you find after that a lot of agitation had taken place during that time. We can see Senapati Bapat. We can see during that time Bapat was given the name as Senapati Bapat. Now Senapati means what? It is a Hindi word. Senapati means a commander. So he was called as Senapati Bapat because he was known for his leadership in many satyagrahas. For example, we can take Munshi Satyagraha. He organized the satyagraha and he achieved success also. This Munshi Satyagraha was basically for the rights of farmers. Later on, he organized rallies for awakening of people. Do you know what are rallies, children? When you must have seen people walking on the road with banners shouting for justice. Yes, they also make the people aware that something wrong is done by the government. So you see, with help of rallies, he was trying to make people aware of the injustice done by the government. The next person we'll talk about is Acharya Atre and R.D. Bhandare. These both put forth the proposal of Sanyukta Maharashtra in front of Mumbai Municipal Corporation. Okay, so there they could convince maximum people. 50 people were with Sanyukta Maharashtra, whereas 35 were against Sanyukta Maharashtra. Okay, so here Acharya Atre was very much successful in convincing Mumbai Municipal Corporation, and we could see that the people's desire to include Mumbai in Maharashtra increased after that. Now children, the later part of the lesson we shall study in part 2 video. Till here you have to just read the lesson and keep important points in your mind. Thank you.